to Scrawny Lad. Sounds like he's won the 3:30 at Chepstow. Scrawny Lad says, Father Simon and the Angels of Mercy, hopefully not the coven of condemnation, I seek absolution. Let me take you back to the early 80s, a time of TV shows like The Gaffer, Minder, George and Mildred. TV was different then. Mainstream sport included Big Daddy wrestling on World of Sport and the magnificent speedboat giveaway that was Bullseye.
Oh, yeah.
At that time, I was a teenager at a comprehensive school a few hundred yards from the Wembley Stadium complex. Many opportunities came our way to hang around the arena and sometimes blag cheap tickets to gigs from touts just as the gigs were starting and as the touts were packing up and heading to the pub. Among loads of others, I saw Joni Mitchell for 50p, David Bowie for 50p,
What?
Meatloaf for £1 and Neil Young for nothing. I feel I also had a casual job at the arena, which I got via a mate's mum. This is where the economy worked back then, who was manager for the catering franchisees at the time. I was the beer barrel roller. I literally rolled out the barrel.
Oh, very good.
There's the song from 1927. I guess that's what you do all the time, Sue, isn't it?
Well,
Rolling out barrels.
yeah, I don't. But
Yeah,
yes.
have staff to do that, yeah. It wasn't all rock and roll glamour, please be assured. Wembley Complex was host to some rather more dull events which lasted for days. Model railway exhibitions, for example.
Oh, steady on.
And Hooray Henry events like Horse of the Year show and the Royal International Horse Show.
Yeah, right.
These horse shows were quite the spectacle.
I'll bet they were.
If you were a posh pony person.
Okay, right.
But I was not a posh pony person,
Right.
says Scrawny Lad. Back then, behind the stage at the west end of the Wembley Arena auditorium was a huge open rectangular space from floor to roof with hangar-type doors through which the band's stage gear trucks could be driven. To the south of this space was a large cafe. To the north of the space was a big bar, and at the horsey events, this was branded the Fox Hunter Bar. This is your crowd.
Yeah, definitely.
On the day for which I seek absolution, between the hangar doors and the cafe was a very high chair, up about a dozen steps. On the Fox Hunter bar side, behind the west tier seating, was a raised plinth with a TV producer, a TV camera, and a camera operator. In the high chair, beneath a hairy boom microphone, was the anchorman of much of BBC Sport of the day, David Vine.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, rolling out an empty 11-gallon beer barrel over concrete makes quite a din. Dragging empty gas cylinders over concrete is even louder. My accomplice and I were quite accomplished at rolling barrels. They can career off in odd directions. We were careful not to crash them into Mr. Vine's high chair, even though we were unaware that he was doing a take, a rehearsal or something else, but hopefully not live. Anyway, he was very rude about the noise, and he cursed.
So unlike David
At
Vine.
us.
Yeah.
We politely told him we were just doing our job, just like you, and suggested he might like to take a chill pill. Strangely, he was rude again and told us in no uncertain terms that our noise was unacceptable. He could have asked nicely, but he didn't, and so we hatched a plan. We would carry the empty barrels and gas bottles from the concourse to a discreet position out of sight of the production team, but from where we could see the high chair resident at a tangent from behind. We waited. When he got the cue and he was in full presentation swing, we would knock over the gas bottle and drop a barrel, apologise, and then roll and drag them out, making a hell of a din. Mr. Vine's cheeks got progressively redder and his brow more furrowed with each unnecessary disturbance from us. We even got a wink from Harvey Smith, who was at the Fox Hunter bar.
Yeah, right.
He must have sussed our little game.
Yeah.
The hard bit was not laughing out loud as we sniggered past time and again as the gasket on the high chair got closer to explosion. So Father Simon, says Scrawny Lad, your astral assistance, I seek absolution. Not from the BBC licence payer for wasted VT, not from Harvey Smith for tarring him with the posh pony person brush, not even from David Vine, even though he probably didn't really want to present hours of horsey drivel, but from this has a certain editorial line.
Okay.
But from my mate's mum, who must have got it loud and clear in both lug holes from the Wembley management. The catering franchise was let to a US firm within a couple of months. And I'm wondering whether it actually might have been my fault. Well, I think it could well have been. P.S. I hope the old lady who ran the cafe didn't lose her job too. See, there are real-world implications for your clever prank, Scrawny Lad. Sister Suze, who's rolled out a few barrels.
Real consequences, yeah. Scrawny Lad, it's just that I can't describe to you the noise of both a gas canister dragged along the floor and rolling out a barrel. It's so noisy, and it is horrible. And it's not just horrible, you didn't ruin the take, but everyone around there would have been really annoyed by that noise constantly. And you probably would have damaged your hearing as well. So for that reason, not going to forgive you.
Yeah, I'm with David Vine, definitely. He was a pro trying to do his job. Anyway, what do you say?
Well, obviously, hello to all of our horsey friends, obviously. And Harvey
no
Smith.
offence.
No, none at all. Harvey Smith, a great reference. I'm going to say forgiven because, David Vine's such a pro. Dealt with it, didn't he? A lot of noise going on, but he dealt with it, so that's fine. He was absolutely fine with it. And you've got a job to do. You've got to roll your barrels, and sometimes that's going to be a little bit noisy. And I'm sure David was well able to deal with it and all of that. So, again, big hello to our horsey friends, and definitely forgiven.
Yes, we don't agree with Scrawny on that. It's just very much his own editorial.
Of course.